Hello, Cookie here again with some more Titanfall news. This time we're looking at Update 4. Now Respawn Entertainment just put up a blog which has details on all the features, all the new modes, all the little extra things that you're going to get in the update, along with the full patch notes. Now, these are quite interesting because they actually talk about balancing. So some weapons are going to be changed, they're going to be nerfed, some are going to be buffed, some gadgets are going to change. So these things I think will actually change up the gameplay a little bit. So let's just have a very quick look at what's going on there. So if I'm looking at the blog right now and I'm going to go through everything that I've seen. So first of all, you may know that this update has two new game modes. The first is Marked for Death, in which both sides have to take out a VIP on the other team. And then there's Wingman as well, which is like a variation on Last Titan Standing. Details of that is going to come soon. So there's also Titan burn cards. There's 14 of these. These add amped Titan weapons and core abilities to your Titan. And interestingly as well, these burn cards don't run out when your pilot dies, only when your Titan dies. So if you eject, and you die, your Titan will still retain these special skills. So you have things like amped particle wall, which basically gives you two particle walls that can be deployed simultaneously. There's amped electric smoke, which has longer lasting electric smoke. It's pretty obvious, that one. And amped vortex shield. And that basically will reflect anything caught in your vortex shield instantly back at the enemy. And there's also turbo engine, which is quite interesting. It adds increased dash capacity. Now if you've got a Strider that already has 3 dash units, that's quite significant, that's a lot. You're going to be moving very fast in your Strider with that. There's also Titan insignias, like decals you can put onto your Titan mech. There's an official Respawn one, along with lots of symbols from the game itself, and just silly things like flaming skulls, rabbits, dinosaurs, fuzzy dice, all that kind of thing. It's kind of cool, just makes your Titan look a bit different from everyone else's. Matchmaking's been improved as well. They've sort of changed the way that works. I think it's geared towards making teams fairer, as matchmaking does. I think one criticism of Titanfall matchmaking so far was basically that it wasn't fair enough. There was a lot of imbalance there. So this is going to change as well. Titans also have new voices. You may remember there is the classic Betty voice that all the Titans have, that gives you the information.
Warning, a hostile pilot is attached to the hull. Engaging AI mode.
You'll be able to change that. So there's two new options. There's Jeeves, who he's been described as steadfast and resolute. He sounds very posh.
Warning, enemy pilot detected on hull. Your damage core is ready.
I'll do my best while you're away. AI mode online. Acknowledged. AI mode engaged.
And Lisa.
Caution, you are outnumbered 2 to 1. Transferring control to pilot.
There's also a challenge tracker which helps you look after your key challenges, all the ones you really want to unlock first. That's cool. You can turn the lobby music on and off. That's awesome. There's new menu art. That's just keeping things fresh. There's also a special audio cue for when you kill a pilot, and it makes a different sound, so you know when you're scoring hits on a pilot as opposed to a Titan. There's also auto Titan changes. They will actually be able to use all of your Titan abilities rather than just a few, so that should make them more deadly when they're automatic. What else? So there's also special burn card changes. There's a triple burn card selector in the bottom right of the HUD. Basically reminds you that you've got cards in use. Sometimes you'll respawn and you'll forget to use them. It does happen. And the burn card deck limit is also now tied to your generation level. This is interesting. So every time you regenerate, you'll get 6 extra cards in your deck, so you don't have to discard them as often. That's quite good actually for people who want to, sometimes it's difficult, you get cards you really want to keep but you can't, kind of annoying. What else? So there are achievements that will be coming so if you have the Expedition DLC, there'll be new achievements for that. So there's loads of bug fixes as well. These are very simple things like there's a glitch with the smart pistol wouldn't hit spectres that were crawling, for example. That was a very weird one. Certain things like that, and also there's a lot of kills that don't count towards challenges when they should. We had this problem with Gooser a while back, but it also happens with getting a rodeo on a Titan, I believe. Yeah, so if you rodeoed a Titan, sometimes it didn't count towards your challenge there. So all that's been fixed. Now let's move on to balancing, because this is where things get really interesting. because they noticed, like Respawn actually says here that, and this is a quote, some weapons like the Hemlock were barely used online while other weapons were slightly overpowered. We've done another round of balancing based on feedback we've received from inside and outside of the studio. So it sounds like, you know, guns like the Hemlock, ones that aren't being used as much, will get a boost. And lo and behold, here are some of the big changes. So satchel charges, the damage versus pilots is going down. It's kind of interesting that, because a lot of pilots have been using satchel charge recently to get really, admittedly quite skilled kills, so that's fair enough, but the damage is going down. What else? So shotguns are doing a little bit less damage at mid-range. I've noticed a lot of people using the EVA to get really long-range kills. So that comes as a bit of a comfort there. Not so good if you're a shotgun fan. Now, so interestingly, the R101, which is my favourite weapon, is, as they say, this is another quote, we've slightly adjusted it to make it a bit more uncomfortable to handle and hit targets at long distances. Well, hell, that's exactly what I do in this game, so that's going to be interesting. I'll maybe do a new video once the new version of the R101 comes out. So we'll see. The mag size has gone down. It's going down to 24 from 30, and the extended ammo upgrade is going down as well. It's going down to 30. It used to be 40. That's interesting. The R97 submachine gun is getting tweaked as well. So the rate of fire is going up. That's quite scary actually, considering how fast that gun actually is. It's now the fastest gun in the game to go down ADS. That's interesting, so that's going to make it very, very useful at close range. What else? The Hemlock. So the Hemlock is one of the least popular guns in the game, says Respawn. It was intended to be the long-range assault rifle of choice, they say, but it wasn't doing that well enough. So basically what they're doing, they've made it so you only need 4 bullets to drop an enemy pilot. It used to be 5 at long range, they say. That's interesting, so that means 2 bursts will kill a pilot now. That's certainly useful at long range. I'm definitely going to try this out now. And the silencer mod used to take 6 hits to kill a pilot at long range. Now it's 5, so that's quite a significant boost. The amped Hemlock is going up as well. It will kill long range pilots with 3 bullets. That's 1 burst. That's ferocious. What else? So there's loads of stuff here. So the G2 is now killing pilots with 3 shots. Used to take 4 at long range. That's quite cool. The amped G2 will kill a pilot in 2 shots. That's devastating. What else? So the Titan plasma railgun. Let's see. The field of view while aim down sight has been pulled back. So basically, when you're using the plasma railgun ADS, it will actually show you. You can see more of the map basically. Now, Big Punch, I use this as well. It's good for getting really strong melee attacks on other Titans. The Ogre apparently had the strongest Big Punch, and that's been nerfed as well now. So it's been weakened when you're using it as an Ogre. Apparently the Atlas and Strider, according to Respawn, didn't need that much of a change, so the change is only affecting the Ogre class. So that's interesting, there's a lot of changes in there. I'll be doing some more videos on the Hemlock for sure, because that sounds really powerful now. And I want to compare the old R101 to the new version. But look, we're going to do loads of videos on this update, loads of things in the new modes, Mark for Death, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to keep up to date with all that stuff and all the news, throw us a subscribe, chuck us some likes, give me some comments. We're improving this channel. We want to make it better and better all the time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've been Cookie. Thanks again.
Pilot, stop the enemy ground forces from escaping at the evac point.